Melody Brooks. I'm a manager at Solar Tan Tanning Salon and have been for a year and 8 months now. To actually start working at Solar Tan, you have to pass a Smart Tan test, which in all tanning salons all over the country, you have to pass that to work there. Otherwise, you're not allowed to work a shift by yourself. The purpose of this test is actually to familiarize you with all of our lotions that we carry, our beds, our products, how to actually do all the procedures in general, basically. And to test and make sure that our solution is strong, and I want it to be in between these two green colors. Otherwise, it's not strong enough, and we don't want it to be too strong because that can actually make people break out in rashes. And if it's not strong enough, it's not killing off the germs and bacteria that could cause people to get sick or even get some sort of disease from the bed. Clean off the bed properly. You're going to make sure that you get every place that you can visibly see wet with the solution, so that way it actually kills off all the germs and the bacteria. You're going to do the top and the bottom. I always make sure that I actually clean off the pillow first in case sweat came there, because if I'm wiping off the bed and then wipe it on here, somebody else's sweat or germs could actually be on here. So I just make sure that I actually get this really good, so that way it's completely clean. You want to make sure there's no smear marks left on the bed. The solution actually already kills it all off, so even if I didn't wipe it off completely well, it would still be okay, but you just want to make sure for the customers, since they are paying quite a bit to tan here, that it does look up to par for their standards and for mine personally. You're going to make sure you get all the edges around here. Clean off the top. And you're also going to make sure you wipe off all the edges, because people like to touch here, they get lotion smeared on there. You just want to make sure it's completely clean. And then we always set the towel nicely up here. That way they can wipe off their sweat or do whatever they want with the actual towel. We also have employee meetings to actually make it so you are more familiar with the lotions, and so you're more familiar with our sales for each month, so you're more comfortable with selling. It's also to clean all of our tanning beds in depth. Everybody goes into a certain room and actually has to clean those extremely. Like, you have to actually get the beds, the tops of the beds clean. You have to take a towel to the walls to get all the lotion marks off. You just want to make sure everything's completely clean in there for that next month. And in every single one of our rooms, we're actually required by the Illinois Department of Public Health to have one of these signs up, so that's what everyone's familiar with. It'll tell you all the different rules that are from the Public Health Department for our salon and also for people in general. What you should look for if you're taking certain medications, the eye damage that you could cause without wearing our eyewear, which we have to ensure that you actually are wearing them and that you have them with you at all times when you're going to be tanning. The health department coming in quite a bit, so we have to make sure everything is up to par every single day. They don't give us any sort of notice for them coming in, they just come in whenever. They make sure that everything is running up to the standards that the state code actually makes us have. I like to say that we're all proud to make sure that customer service is #1 at all times. We also want our cleanliness to be #1 too. Those are equal to us, and our service for tanning is #2. So we make sure that our customer service is right there first before anything else can happen. We also want to make sure that everybody's greeting every customer that's coming in with something along the lines of, "Hi, how are you today?" After that, we make sure that we say, we ask for their last name and their first name. Most customers that are coming in have been here before, so we don't have to put their information in. But if they are new, we have to make sure that we get just more in-depth information from them, like their address and their birthdays, to make sure that they're old enough to tan, because you must be 16 or older to tan in a tanning salon. And if you're in between 16 and 18, you have to have a parent to sign for you to make sure that it is okay for you to actually tan, because you're still underage. You're not a legal adult yet.